up to everybody that's locked in right now because it's history. You know why? Because I can see my whole world change it. But.
Yeah, it's good.
Big up to you too.
Timeless classic. Timeless, man.
Of course.
You know what? I almost feel to just like jump straight in, but what I'm going to say is first, Denzee, because you're on top of the screen, how have you been? How's things been of late?
Enjoying this lockdown. It's just been work, home workouts, kids' education, and keeping the other half happy. You know what I mean? That's it, really. That's all we can do. You know what I mean? Try and entertain ourselves as much as you can, and try not to get bogged down too much by this whole pandemic.
Nicky, what you saying, man? Wagwan.
Yeah, good, man. Same, more the same as D, really. Just you know what I mean, maintaining family at home and stuff like that, and not really necessarily getting on the home workouts, even though I need to. I can't get motivated at the moment, but I need to get some of them. But yeah, homeschooling and that kind of stuff, and work on some music as well. But yeah, you know, just trying to maintain and stay above water during these mad times.
I want to talk about one of the most classic garage hits that ever graced the garage nations, man. I need to talk about it from an industry perspective because I know there's so much business to it, and I don't know if like anybody's interviewed you before about it, or is this going to be like the first time you're kind of like speaking in regards to the industry on the tune? Sorry.
I've spoken. I know Nicky. We've both spoken about it at different times. Maybe not both together at the same time,
right?
But definitely, I've touched on it. Never really gone into it deep because the industry's changed from the time when Sorry came out to now.
Because I wasn't on a remix, man.
Don't do that.
I never got the call, man.
You put us on the spot. Is that how it is? No,
you know?
You put us on the spot like that.
Really joking. I always
listen. You know what?
At that time, what was it more about? Was it about hitting big numbers or hitting big masses?
I don't know. I mean, I think it did both. In to be fair, it hit the masses first and foremost, and then off the back of hitting the masses and becoming an underground hit, it crossed over my mainstream and hit the numbers from a mainstream aspect. You know what I mean? Like Denzee just said, like what that record did without even half of the marketing campaign that most songs have, you know, is a testament to itself. Like, you know, breaking the charts with no sort of music video or anything like that. And to get sort of the global recognition that the song got back then and still has now, you know what I mean, it's undeniable, really. You can't really deny that achievement, you know what I mean? So it is what it is.
Very true.
I would say, what I would say on top of that as well, Delia, the reason why this tune has lasted so long is because there was no video. So you think over the years, how many people know the song but don't necessarily know the singer? You know what I mean? So that mystery and that kind of gave it its longevity.
That's very true. I'm thinking back, I can't even think to a video. Did you release one recently?
Yeah.
But you never released a video?
Nah, never. No. We never did one. Not an official video. There was footage of like a performance that we did, and we tried to like piece together like a video, but it didn't really work. You know what I mean? So we just thought, nah, just leave it.
Right. Okay. So is that part of like, you're talking about the mystery, but yet in terms of like, let's say outside of the Midlands, that tune still blew like it was a global song. So is that why it was? Was it because you wanted to keep the mystery around the fact that you guys are from Notts and you wanted to try and sound and look global, or is it just what you guys thought would be the right thing to do?
To be honest, it was all done purely by accident, really.
Okay.
When you check it out, because it wasn't always plain sailing between the four involved in the tune. You know what I mean? Obviously, everything's cool now, and everyone's all blessed now. But during those times, we weren't really all on good terms. You know what I mean? And me and Nicky fought really hard to get the rights back to the tune, and we fought, ownership wise, and then collectively along with Sticks and Dave, we all, once we all realized that actually we're better together to like combat the label that was holding all our paper, basically, you know what I mean? So we kind of all did that together. In the end, it took a while. You know what I mean? There was a lot of ups and downs. Yeah, man. Nicky will tell you, man. There was a lot of traveling and ups and downs and seeing lawyers and spending money and yeah, man.
Talk to me a little bit about that, because like I know you just mentioned a lot of things, but all right. So let me break it down in terms for the listeners, then. Yeah. So you guys, you wrote a song. It's sounding like a hit song. It's blowing everywhere. What went wrong? Where did it go wrong? Where? And
naivety.
Okay, how?
Naivety, man.
This is good for the listeners.
Sometimes
to learn.
Yeah, of course. I think sometimes I would say from my perspective, you know what I mean, a lot of mistakes were made decision wise, not great decisions made.
Right.
And we were really naive back then. We were young. We just wanted to have a hit tune out there, but the paperwork just wasn't what it was cracked up to be. So we're signing stuff and we don't really know what we're signing.
Right.
You know what I mean? We were just so excited about what was happening, and it literally was a whirlwind, man. It was this happened within weeks of recording, white label, radio. It was like it was that quick.
Right.
You know? We rode a wave, man.
Yeah, I think from my perspective at the time, it was sort of a lack of honesty and guidance. Like Dee said, I mean, we were young back then, man.
Yeah.
And at that age, you're looking for people to guide you in the right direction. But there wasn't that guidance and there wasn't that honesty at the time. And obviously the expectation is you didn't expect the tune to do what it did, you know what I'm saying? And obviously being at that young age, not understanding the industry, not understanding contracts and paperwork, you're looking and you're hoping for that guidance to sort of carry you through, but we never got that guidance. And things turned out the way they turned out, and it was a difficult period for both of us. So yeah, it's just, I mean, you live and learn from the experiences. In many ways, I'm glad it happened, and it's funny saying that because it taught me a lot. It taught me a lot about the industry and what you need to be aware of and the understanding that you need. Even though it was a difficult period and difficult struggle for both of us, like Dee mentioned earlier, eventually we got there in the end with persistence and determination, and we got our just rewards that we were supposed to get from the very beginning. And like Dee mentioned earlier, at the end of it all, it actually made sense that we all came together to reconcile and also fight another battle that we had between all four that we had to sort out together in order to get compensated, not compensated, but get what was owed to us from the label as well. So yeah, it's been a whirlwind experience with this whole song. But you know what I mean? To be fair to you though, I won't really change anything because what that song has done for both of us and what it's done for everyone that's enjoyed it over the time, man, it's, you know what I mean? What can you say, man? It's a classic, like.
Trust me. I wouldn't have it any other way, man.
No, man.
And I like the mystery about it. I still like that 20 plus years later, I mean, I've always worked, even during the time that the tune came out. I've always worked, and not a lot of people know that. They kind of think, my man he's loaded, he can't be working. What's my man doing working? Trust me, you still got to pay the bills, man. And like I said, back then it was different to how it is now. It wasn't, you know what I mean? You wasn't just rolling in cash, you know what I'm saying? And like you says, the garage scene was very underground. It only started to get commercial with only a handful of garage tunes, obviously, I think there was maybe Hours, Daniel Bedingfield, and Body Groove, and you know what I mean, Ramina Johnson's Moving Too Fast. You had Wookie. There wasn't loads and loads and loads of tunes that were like really charting, but there was a predominant, obviously. Well, yeah, there was a couple of number ones there. So it made the garage scene interesting to labels, and you know what I mean. They wanted to see what was happening and see if this could be a sustainable genre. You know what I mean. And it is a sustainable genre still, but you know what I mean. But I like the fact that it's still gone back to its roots. It's gone back underground again. You know what I mean. And it's not really that commercial anymore. But yeah, garage is still massive, man. Still a big part of this of the UK, man. Garage is huge.
Definitely. Sorry, I forgot to big you both up as well, you know. Big up, mad respect, man. Nah, trust me, because you've been through a lot with the tune, and despite going through so much, you've still come out stronger, business-minded. You seem wiser, you know what I mean? You even making decisions probably you wouldn't have made 10 years ago because you just weren't ready to make them kind of decisions. But once you start learning business is business, then you start being able to, you know what I mean, just take all your experiences, and you seem and sound like that's what you're doing, because every answer you've come back with, it's been an educated answer about where you've been and where you're going to. So big up to you, man. You get me?
That's so good.
So
that's so good.
Yeah, man.
So good.
It's a good look. It's a brilliant look. Bring me back to the moment when you started to write that tune. Sorry if I keep going into it, but I want to know so much about it. Like, what was the mood? Was you guys in studio? Someone was producing, someone's writing. Like, let me know.
I'll let Nicky tell you that.
so back in the day, me, Denz, and Dice had a little group, man. And we were like, you know what? I'm not gonna lie, we were like the end-ups of the day. I'm not gonna lie. We were
end-ups before end-ups.
We were end-ups before end-ups. No lie, we were like two MCs.
Style, yo.
Yeah, two MCs, the singer and MC. And like we were banging out tunes, man. Doing little shows here and there. We tore down Black Orchid back in the day.
Black Orchid, you know.
Yeah, man.
That was a memorable one. We did a show in Manchester. We went up in the limousine and all that kind of stuff. Like, it was yeah, man, it was fun days, man. It was fun times, man. We're banging out tunes left, right, and centre. And then, I went through a situation with one girl that I was with at the time, and the situation that I went through with her led to the beginnings of this song. So it led to the verses of the Sorry tune, and then we went to a studio session on Mansfield Road. What was the Square Centre?
Square Centre, man. Square Centre. Yeah, man.
The Square Centre from back in the day. Yeah. So we went to the session, Square Centre. It was me, Denzee, Fever.
That was at the top, yeah.
And we was doing this track, and
yo, big up to Fever as well, man. Because Fever, yo, listen, that guy, yo. Sorry, Nicky.
It's all good. Shout out to Fees, man, all day. So I was in the studio, and I'd written the verses and I'd written the hook, and the hook that I wrote, it just wasn't working. Like, it wasn't ticking the boxes at all.
Right.
And I remember, like, Denzee was in the booth, and we just I just took a minute just to sort of take a breather on the song, because like it weren't working, the hook wasn't working.
Right.
And then all of a sudden, my man comes up with this phenomenal hook in the booth. No, Denzee came up with the hook in the studio session. He came up with a hook in the studio session.
Right.
With the I can see my whole world. Like, it was like, yeah, that's it, that's the one.
Was he dissing you at that point? Was he dissing you like, man's world's changing, yo? You've just was that what it was?
That's Denzee, because I don't know where it just came. He just said, yeah, I've got something, and it just.
Nah, you see what Nicky says there. You see what a lot of people don't understand. You see what he said.
Yeah.
Right. That was a real life situation, but a lot of people seem to think that it was like a guy cheating on a girl, and it wasn't. It was the other way around. No. But we wanted to make it an anthem for the women to relate to. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So we thought that's where we came up with the hook, with the, you know what I mean? Like, we want, you know, let's switch it, let's switch the roles around and make it that the guy was cheating on the girl and that he's sorry, you know what I mean? And his whole world's upside down. And we spoke about it, and then we just went in there, and that hook just came out, and it was like, bearing in mind, it was an R&B tune. You know what I mean? So, and I think, did we not have 4 or 5 on there, bro?
Get out.
We had 4 or 5. We had 4 or 5 on a version.
No, 4 or 5. We've got a version of Sorry with 4 or 5 on it, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So shout out to 4 or 5.
One, you know,
and we don't forget the Montel Jordan remix that we did of it as well.
That was, you know what, all to this day, that is still
that's the best version. Yeah. That's the best version.
Sorry on the Montel Jordan beat was just that was bad. Mad. Serious. So it just and from there, and then obviously Denzee hooked up with Monster Boy in that, and then he flipped it again by adding the intro in that session with them, man. And then that was it. That just it went from there, bro. It was just like went from the R&B to the garage classic from then on, and that's how it kind of went ahead. Yeah, and you know what? Big shout out to Spoonie, man, because Spoonie was on Radio 1 in the mornings, Dream Team Radio 1 show in Sunday mornings, and he was doing this thing called the 30-yarder every week, where he play like the I don't know, the most played or the hottest underground club tune of that week.
Yeah.
And I remember he played the first week he played Sorry, he played it 6 or 7 weeks in a row as his 30-yarder. And he like really, really championed it. So I've always got my love for Spoonie for that, man. You know what I mean? Like he really pioneered that song. Really, really did plug it. He plugged it real hard. You know what I mean? So yeah, man, much love to that guy, man. And you know what I mean? All the other DJs started getting onto it, and everyone wanted it. And it was just like, from then, it just went. It was crazy.
That's a wicked story, man. And do you know what? I love the creativity as well around it. You get me? Because for it to be such a wicked track, and I must say probably 99% of people associate that tune with being the man's cheated on a woman.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's just how it's been out there. So look, man, you lot sound like you had a plan behind it. You know what I mean? And then you went for it.
Yeah, there was a plan.
Yeah,
man.
Yeah, man. Well, yeah, the best songs are the best songs are often based on real life experiences, and that was a real life experience.
Yeah, man.
For real.
Yeah, man. Big tune.
So I see you guys are still like re-releasing it as well. Have you got a hashtag called Bring Back Sorry?
Gondi, that's all you, man.
So do you know what that is, D? That's my you see, my wife started that Facebook page for me. Bless her, man.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man. Big up the wifey, man. Yeah. Wifey started that. She, you know, she's been there from the beginning. You know what I mean? Like, so she's rode with me. She's like, she doubles up as my road manager when I'm doing shows and that. Listen, this gal has got no shame. Like, no shame whatsoever. Like, seriously. When it comes to meeting, like, her celebrity network is mad. Like, she's got more people. She's got more celebrity followers than I have.
Really?
You know what I mean? Yeah. They all love her in the garage industry, man. She's got she's got Kelly LaRock. Like, she got Leanne, Sweet Female Latitude. She's got Camden Cup. These all followed all my missus, man. They follow me. They follow her. You know what I mean? So yeah. It's she started that page for me, D. You know what I mean? And she's done really well with it, to be fair. And I just let her run with it. So more time, it's not even me posting stuff. It's probably her posting it. You know what I mean? So, but yeah, man, my partner in crime, innit?
Sometimes you got me, teamwork makes the dream work. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man. So they say, man. That's what they say.
You got, man. It's a big look, man. It's a big look for you two as artists, as producers. It's a big look for you guys in general, man. You know what I mean? Because not everybody can say they've got a hit. That's the thing. And a timeless hit, because that is what it seems to be like. I've noticed, especially with DJing, because obviously I play that tune a lot, and it's going to always be one of my number one bangers for a garage. Not because it is such a big tune. Yeah, obviously it's that, but it's also the fact that the tune is a banger. Take everything away. That tune is 10 out of 10. You get what I'm saying to you? So
you missed something out on that list, D. You missed one thing. It's a platinum hit as well. It's a platinum hit as well.
That's what I'm saying. You know what I mean? That's the factual about that thing. But what I'm realizing is it's generations, because obviously you expect people around your age, because you guys have made it for, you know, the age group, but then it's kind of like the generation down, but also the generation below that. Also, you know, like, right, this tune's not done in, really. That's how I kind of feel with the tune, So it's a lot of respect. Because not a lot of people can even create a hit, platinum hit, timeless hit. They just can't create a hit. You know what I mean? And you guys created a hit. You're coming out of nuts. You've had struggle with it. You've had strife with it. But you know what I mean? It's made you guys better.
And now we've had success with it. Obviously, with the remix that Joe Corey did, like it just elevated it even more. You know what I mean? It elevated the song. Yeah, that was, when was that, Nick? Was that last year? No, year before?
Right.
2019 or?
June 2019. It was
2019.
June 2019 when he released it.
Yeah,
that just went that went crazy.
Global, man.
That started off Joel's career in industry, the remix. Man, and it broke Shazam records. It went platinum in the UK, went platinum in Ireland, went platinum in Australia. Yeah,
gold elsewhere. It's crazy, man. Yeah, man.
10 top single. Man, and it just obviously revamped the song again, introduced it to a whole new audience. And my 7-year-old daughter sings it now. Do you know what I mean? So it's like he just reborn the song again, and you know, took it from another level now. And man, and much appreciation to Joel, what he's done with the tune and what he
for real.
So man, it's a good look.
It is.
And you got us some platinum plaques as well.
Yeah, man.
Talk to me about that. Talk to me, but it's important. We need to know. We need to hear.
Yeah, Joel, he was.
When the song went platinum, he hooked us up and ensured that we got a plaque for our contributions to the song.
That was
man.
Wicked, man. What did you do to celebrate that? Was you like?
I went around Denzee's, man.
Trust me, man.
Man, there's a little drink up, man. Celebration, man.
It's a big lot, man. So was that on the back of, say, your legal fight for the tune and then your recognition got you the plaque, or was it just time to get the plaque?
Nah, to be honest, it did. It contributed, like the fact that we reconciled and we got everything sorted, and then we came together and went against, not fought against the label, but obviously, had conversations with the label to get what was owed to us. The fact that we did that put us in a good position, because now then all that was reconciled, everything was, where it should have been from the very beginning.
Right.
And now then Joel's come along and we released a track, and because we reconciled, that whole process was smooth. There was no issues. We released it, everything was all good, got the permissions that he needed to put the song out, and that was it, straightforward. So everything worked in the end.
That's the best thing about this situation now is, over the years, D, it was like, someone will see me in the street and like, yo, there's someone singing your tune out there, and da-da-da-da-da-da. You see now, don't have to worry about it. Everything's nice. You know what I mean? Like with the publishers, you see, if it goes on TV, publishers will email you, we're gonna get you a fee for that. Or just want to let you know there's a version of Sorry out there, we're gonna collect the thingies for that. And you know what I mean? So we're like, okay, we don't have to do nothing, we just relax, you know what I mean? Where before we had to run around and be like, yo, who's this person singing our tune, and who's that person singing our tune? Now we don't have to worry about that now. It's all in hand.
All right, you've touched on it, so we need to talk on it. Who's running around singing your tune? You've got a tune, it's blowing. What's happened here?
Boy.
Do you not want to talk on it?
No, do you know what?
I'm not sure
No. You know what? You see, during the times where it was kind of me and Nicky against everybody else, it was, at that time, I don't think they'll mind me saying this, but I think at that time they probably felt that they didn't need me.
Right.
You know what I mean? They felt like, well, we're the producers of the tune, so we can really just get anybody to sing the tune. But you know what? It didn't work out. Right. It didn't work out because it don't work like that. You know what I'm saying? You can't have, you know what I mean? And this is gonna
X off people.
Yeah.
Jack the tune, yeah.
Yeah. It don't work. You'll never get Artful Dodger getting another singer to sing Rewind. That's Craig. You know what I'm saying? You can't replace Craig David. You can't. Not with anybody, because it's no longer the same formula. You know what I mean? And you know, they tried it. You know what I'm saying? And I think they what's his name? Dwayne Hayden. I think he did a version of it, and it didn't really do very well. You know what I mean? It didn't really do very well. A couple of other people have tried it. I think what's the youth from Derby?
Baby J.
Young man. Yeah, Young Man. He did like a drum and bass version. We've had a couple of females do like a couple of versions of it. You know what I mean? But yeah, man, they got away with it.
Yeah, but how? How are people just getting away with jacking your tune? Because people
see, they would have got away with it. Yeah, they would have got away with it because they would have thought, well, nobody ain't coming forward to claim this.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
But me and Nicky, we know, you know what I mean? Like, so we didn't have to really worry about it. But yeah, people were just running around thinking that they could do what they want.
Right.
It's not the case. Can't do that, man.
It's crazy.
Yeah, can't do that.
It's crazy. But you know what? The funny thing is people are doing it to this day. Look, Chasey Chapman. Just of recent, you know what I mean? There's so many artists that literally, big artists are just taking their tunes and just like with the Drake situation, he took the tune because I think he knew it was going to be successful for them. So he knew no matter what, they're not going to have no argument for him. However, other people will actually just teeth your melody, you know what I mean? Like no respect.
Yeah, man.
Or blatantly just teeth the tune and start running with it. Like, this is crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
why you around it though.
You got to get your paperwork and everything in order.
Illegal, yeah.
Yeah, get all your paperwork in order, get all your contracts and everything above board and proper, and then no one can't do nothing like that. You know what I mean?
And publishing. You know what I'm saying? Once you register for publishing, no one can't touch you.
Nah.
You know what I mean? Because that's yours.
Automatic.
You know it's automatic, man. Yeah, you write a book. No one can't say that. No one can't be running around saying that they wrote the book. It's your book. You know what I mean? So
that's it.
That's how it is.
Being passionate about the things that you want to do and what you love. Does that keep you in it?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, man.
Definitely.
Of course.
Yeah, man. For me, it's like Denzee mentioned, like we recently collabed again and done the Faded track, and to be honest, that's done extremely well. And the fact that it's had no real sort of like PR push or anything like that. There's no video or anything like that. But we're like just under 700,000 streams on Spotify. That tune. It's on Spotify. It's on Apple. It's on all the major platforms. And like I said, like no major push at all. But the song's done really well. Like
man.
Nearly 700,000 streams. So it's done numbers. So it's done all right. So yeah, hopefully again we'll get back in the studio soon and bang out another one and you know keep this thing moving. The whole thing with the coronavirus and the pandemic situation has just made me sort of like, you know, okay, it's time to sort of, I've been doing music for a long time and I've been sort of helping people out along the way for many years, but I've not really done it on an official thing. So the coronavirus situation made me sort of get my act together, and I've set up my own management company now. So I've got Roman Empire Music set up. I've just signed my first 2 artists. I've got Oliver Davis and I've got LeJay as well. So look out for those guys. They're hopefully going to be coming out around about sort of end of March, early April. But 2 very talented young people. So yeah, I'm very excited about them. It's been good working with them as well. So yeah, keep your eyes out for those guys. But in respects to advice for people coming up in the game, in that it's just make sure you got a plan in it. Like make sure you know what you're doing. Make sure you got a strategy. Make sure you know what you're doing with your music, where your music's going to go, who it's aimed at. make sure you invest in yourself as well. Like, don't expect to put music out and, you know, expect people to do things for free. You know, people out there with their own companies as well and trying to make their own money also. So like, you know, have a budget, you know, spend money on yourself, on your project, and just be dedicated to the cause. Like Dee said, you know, make sure you're passionate about your music, do the music that you want to make. But most importantly, just have a strategy and have a plan to how you're going to get your music out there. One thing I don't understand, and this has always been one of my sort of personal gripes when it comes to music, is like a lot of unknown artists want to whack out EPs and albums. It's like, well, no one's going to appreciate the body of work until you've got a hit single. So like work on the ability to make a hit record. Like that's what I would say to them. And then keep churning them out. And then when you put an EP or an album out, people appreciate the body of work at that point. But I think the key thing is to understand what it takes to put together a hit song and keep banging it until it comes. Do you know what I mean?
Wicked advice.
Word.
Both of you, but that's vital because it's so true. Definitely. Do you think not a lot of people work on singles? What do you think they don't?
Not anymore.
I don't know. I mean, a lot of the younger ones that I'm talking to or coming into sort of connection with, like when I talk to them about what their plan is and stuff, they're saying, yeah, I'm gonna drop an EP or album. I'm like, I can't. I mean, and to be fair, I shouldn't really. It's what they want to do, innit? So it's like it's what their vision is. So I can't really knock it to that. But my sort of personal sort of view on that is that, well, why not try and work on establishing how to create a hit song first, and then the appreciation for the body work will come later on. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's what I can say to any young person that's creating music and wants to sort of, you know, again, and it depends on you as an individual. Some people want to create music just because they enjoy making music and that's what they want to do, and not necessarily want to go all the way in the industry or things like that. But then there are people that want to make it as a professional career and be in the industry. And in order to be in the industry, you've got to make hit songs, isn't it? Like, it's as simple as that.
True. Facts.
Trust me.
Facts. It's been so insightful. You know what? To say you lot's been through so much, maybe you just had to go through that, you know what I mean, to become so much more wiser within the industry, because you sound like now you're on top of your thing, you're on top of your game. So big up.
Yeah, I appreciate it, man.
Yeah, man, salute.
He's mad on the visuals, man. I don't know if a lot of people know, but
mad
3D stuff like about a few years ago, man. He is insane. Genius.
He's a genius, thing.
Truly is.
Absolute genius. I feel like sometimes he goes underappreciated sometimes.
He's underappreciated?
I think so.
You know what it is? I'll be totally honest with you. As an Out the Ville predominant member, he's a god. But in the business, if you don't stay consistent, then what should people give you props for? For being a legend?
So,
and yeah, man, you're gonna get that all day long. That's never ever gonna leave you. You get what I'm saying to you? So,
I hear that. He'll never get away from that. Because
people are going hard.
Yeah, trust me. But you know what?
That's not a disrespect. He done knows. You get me?
Nah, man. You know, man. That's all good. You know what I mean? I feel like he's underappreciated in terms of what he's done in rap career wise. Okay. Where he's been, the places that he's been, the collabs and stuff like that, and the producing that he's done.
No, it's.
Do you know what I mean? Sometimes when people talk,
man.
Yeah, you know, some people think sometimes people bring up names. Yeah. Sometimes not annoys me sometimes because they'll bring up names of rappers, and there's two names that they leave off that list all the time, and that's Lee and 4-5. You know what I'm saying? And I'm thinking,
I definitely knew you was going to say 4-5.
Nah, 4-5's my guy. You know what I'm saying? Like my guy. You know what I'm saying? Radford representative, man. Like top sides OG. You know what I mean? And
bang bang.
Listen, Fifth was so ahead of his time. You know what I'm saying? He was so ahead of his time. When you think of UK rappers today,
of course, he set trends.
Oh my God, if they heard Fifth back then,
interview. Just before we carry on about 4-5, have you watched the Me and Joe interview? No.
No, I'm not. I'm going to touch back on that.
We talk a lot about 4-5 in that interview. About what is on. You get me? So I feel like because I'm so fresh with the 4-5 thing, I did the bars. I almost did it then, but because I did it on the other interview. I didn't want to get there. But,
yeah, man.
I don't know. It's weird. It's weird. I think, especially when you're doing things, it's who people like. So I was talking with Paris One. You know Paris One, yeah? Carmela?
Of course, man. Of course.
She was okay to check me the other day and was having this conversation around like likability. Like the lane that she went down was more of, you know, the OG side, the 4-5 side, the street dream side. As where you might have got Simone who went down a much more feminine side. Will talk about MC Simone. Now, you've got skills, don't get me wrong, but I do believe like if you're gonna come a certain way, you have to make your legacy live on, because it's easy to be. I'm not trying to say replaced, you know.
Forgotten. No, forgotten.
Forgotten, yes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And if you're not doing
and if you're not active,
yourself,
I hear that.
I keep coming back to that consistency and ownership of artists owning themselves. If you're just gonna own being a legend, big up, because there's nothing wrong with that, man. You're holding your legacy, you know what I mean? But if you're looking ratings, what is it for? Is it for the legacy or is it for what? It's debatable, man.
Lee will never look for Lee.
We'll get there, you know.
You see that though. Those two rappers that I named will never look for that. They will never look for that though.
You're right.
You know what I mean? They would never look for it. They would never look for it. They just done their thing, and.
Do you think it's because they gave
confident?
Up? Do you think it's because
I don't think they gave up. I think what happened is maybe they stopped at a time when they shouldn't have done. Okay. Because I feel like the way the UK industry is now, there was definitely a pocket for 4-5 and Lee. Their style of rap, I'm talking about, the way that they rapped and their style of rap, they weren't commercial rappers. These are not commercial guys, you know what I mean? Yeah. They'll never really do, like at the time, radio commercial type tunes, you know
he
what
was
I'm saying? So
hip hop and 4-5 was going hard.
Yeah, man. And you know what? Like I said, if they wouldn't have stopped, you know what I mean, they would have been at the forefront of this new wave of UK MC that we hear today. You know what I'm saying? So, but
anything's
that's how it is, man. Sometimes, yeah, of course, man. Of course.
He used to just write hits instantly.
Yeah.
He still got that. 4-5 could come
and Lee churns them out so quick.
And I just thought if the crew was back, divide everyone. You get me?
Yeah.
Anything's possible. Giggs is out there doing his thing. The man's been going hard on that thing for 20 years.
Yeah.
You get me? And he's one of the most respected rappers in the UK when it comes to this thing.
Yeah.
So you know what I mean? It's what people want to do with their talent and their gifts, you know?
Yeah.
Trust me, man.
Yeah, man.
It's been a wicked interview, man.
No, man, so good. Thanks for inviting us on.
Yeah, man. Yeah, for real.
Big up to yourself, actually, with your platform, what you're doing now as well, man. I see it, man. I see it.
Yeah, man.
Trying to do
work, man.
Just keep it moving, innit? Honestly.
Trying to, man. I'm trying to get the business out there to the masses. It's hard work.
Yeah.
It's a lot of work, man.
It is, man. It is, but you know what I mean? Just keep going.
Keep going.
That's what I mean. And that's why I want to say big up to you guys as well, because it takes the people then to come on and share their industry, you know what I mean, insight and their past history, and you know what I mean. It takes you guys to come on and take the time out of your life. You both got kids, but instead you say, yeah, you're gonna do it, and you come on here and you speak honestly about things, and it's a wicked interview. Can't wait to get this interview out, man. It's gonna be a wicked interview. Is there anything you want to let the people know, like singles coming out or social media or anything? Like, it's open.
Like I said, man, I got a couple artists. Go check out Oliver Davis and Lejay. They'll be touching the scene in the next couple of months. Some bangers on the way, and then like once we go, man, we've just been recording. Got about 6 singles for Oliver already. So when we go in it like that's the thing as well when it comes to the industry side of stuff and having a strategy and having a plan. These youngers need to understand that, you know, once you put one song out, make sure you're consistent. Like you guys have been talking about the consistency. Make sure you got the next, second, third, fourth, fifth all ready to go. Yeah. It's not a thing where you record one, you think you've done a big tune and you get a little bit of a props on here and there, you dilly-dally for another year, then bang out another one. That don't make sense. There's a strategy to this, man. You know what I mean? And you need to be, you know, making sure that your music's ready to go, one after the next one, and you keep hitting people. Like you said, there's millions of people doing this thing. Definitely. And the ones that get noticed are the ones that got good talent, but most importantly, are consistent. Do you know what I'm saying?
Man, it's the key.
Yeah. So we've got 6 in the bag ready to go. Like obviously, once they go out over a period of time, that means we've got another 6 or 7 or 8, 9, 10 still recording. Then they're ready to go once those 6 are done. So yeah, man. So yeah, look out for those guys, man. I'm excited, man. I really am. So it's gonna be yeah, man.
Big up, man. Big up. We'll be looking forward to that, and make sure I'm on the mailing list, man, because you know I like to get
100%.
things.
Yeah,
jingles before, you know what I mean, like.
Yeah. You'll be getting the excuses, man. They're watching nothing. So good.
I see you, dude. I see you, dude. Yeah.
Respect.
Yeah, man. So, my back is gonna go.
Bring it on to you, bro.
Yeah, man. Big up Monster Boy. Big up Sticks. Big up Dave. You know what I'm saying? Super producers, innit? You know what I mean? Actually, if you this year would have been our 20th anniversary of Sorry, and if it weren't for Corona, we would have been putting on a really, really special show for everybody in Nuts, and that would have been fire. So we're gonna have to do it another time. You know what I'm saying? But if you go on to Instagram, just type in Monster Boy, all one word. Follow Dave on there. You'll see there's a little album that he's dropping out there called Requisition. It's just got some unreleased Monster Boy stuff, different garage mixes on there. There's also, if you're an up-and-coming producer and you want to have a dab at doing a remix of Sorry, maybe to get it on the 21st anniversary CD, make sure you go over and check it out on the page and that, yeah? So, yeah, there's lots of stuff up there. So big up Dave, man. Big up Sticks as well. Super producer Sticks, man.
Big up, man. Big up the man, them. You know what I mean? Good experiences bring people together.
The Bring Back Sorry Facebook page. We'll update you on stuff on there. Also, Denzee on Instagram. So just Denzee, DENZEE. That's me on Instagram. Follow me because there'll be things coming up and I'll just let everybody know what's happening in there on social media.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
In fact, that's a good point. Follow me at Nicky Dimples on Instagram and your updates about the new releases for the artists that I'm working with coming out.
Yes,
and don't forget the hashtag. Is it bring Sorry back?
Bring Back Sorry. Just type it in. It's the first thing that comes up in Facebook now because it's the page is getting some traction. So
wicked.
Yeah, Bring Back Sorry, man, in Facebook.
Wicked, man. Well, we'll be loving the classic global hit because that's where this tune has reached.
Yeah, man.
So us as the people will be continuing to love that tune forever. So on behalf of the industry, I just want to say big up, salute to Nicky Dimples and to Denzee for being so influential within the industry. Bros, big up.
Respect.
Salute.
Appreciate that.
Yeah, man. Big up, Delia. Respect, man. Miss Tempz.
Respect.
Yeah, man. We got this, man. We got this.
How to make that moolah,
yo.
That moolah.
Yeah, man.
Get me. Business.
You may trust me.
Yeah, man.
Trust me, man.
Do it, man. Let's do it. So it's on here now.
Yeah, man. You got it down here now.
I'll start sending you lot clips. We'll do that. I love running jokes, you know. I love running jokes.
Trust me.
Guys, it's been wicked, man. Respect. And we'll probably have to do a part 2.
Okay.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You are now locked into DJ Tempz. You are now in with DJ Miss Tempz, Miss Tempz.
DJ Miss Tempz, DJ Miss Tempz. Play it loud, let them know what's poppin'. The God Rock Chem in your area.
Yo.
One.
You can just feel this one.